And we're back right here on your free money station, V-103. It's the Ryan Cameron Show. And we have Carlina White in the studio with us right now. And we're talking to her about after she was reunited with her biological parents in New York. You know, it made all the national news. How did your life change after people knew you from being one person to being someone else? How did your life change?
I guess, well, as far as what, can you expand the question just a little bit?
Yeah, like once the story came out, what happened then? You know, were people calling you?
Oh yeah, definitely. I was getting calls for book deals, movie deals. I mean, a lot of people just calling, just get an interview to talk to me, trying to get my side of the story as well. I mean, a lot of calls from family members as well too, friends. It's just like I actually changed my number because I had to block, some of that stuff out. But I could say it was hectic at first, but it really died down.
Right.
It did die down.
Because you didn't speak out.
Yeah.
You didn't do any interviews. You didn't talk to anybody, so it would go away because nobody could get you to say anything.
Yeah.
Why did you choose not to say anything? Was it because you just wanted to have your life back, or because your goal in this was not to become famous? You just wanted to find out who your parents were.
Exactly. So I just needed to get a peace of mind. I was overwhelmed, just real overwhelmed. And like I said, I'm the type of person that likes to think before I speak.
Right.
Before I do anything, possibly. And I just took my time just to be able to just speak out to the people. And I wanted to speak to the right people as well.
Take us to the reunion with your real mom and your real dad. What was that like? Was there tears? Did you see your face and your parents' face? Take us there.
Yes, definitely my mom. When I first seen her, like we were actually at the house. And we were just like comparing certain stuff that we had in common. My dad as well. But they say that I look like my dad now. I used to look like my mom when I was younger. But I was very happy when I first met them. First, my sisters, my nieces, everybody, my aunts, all that. I was very happy. But the only part of the reunion that it was kind of shaky is basically when it was time to leave, to know that I do have to go back, to my home, and I do have another home and another life practically. So,
right.
Yeah.
Did they get married, your parents? Were they married?
Not that I know of.
And did they have more children together?
No.
Okay, just you.
Yeah, just me.
Okay.
So you get back to your other existence.
Yes.
And now everybody knows your story. You know your story. These people that you thought were cousins and nephews and all this, how is that relationship now? Like, how was that when they found out about this story?
They couldn't believe it. Don't nobody believe it. Still, I mean, they is there, but they don't want to believe it. They still look at me, oh, you still my cousin. You still my, you still my aunt. You still my sister, like, regardless of what. And I look at it as it being the same thing because, I could have a girlfriend. I call her my sister anyway.
Right.
So, nothing really changed.
Do you think some of those family members knew what Miss Petway had done?
No, not at all. No.
Really?
I don't think so. Not at all. Not all the confusion and trying to get through stuff. Mm-mm.
So it was something you feel like she has kept to herself before it was revealed. Yeah.
Because if that was the case, somebody would have been trying to help. So.
You think that?
I think so.
Okay.
Because I guess the whole story, and you said, you getting movie deals and book deals, and we were talking a little bit off the air that, it's not over. It just, people cannot believe that this happened because it's the 80s. It's not like the 20s or, I mean, it's recent enough, and you're still under 25. So when you look at all that you've gone through, like, What is the most difficult thing for you to process about all of this?
Just trying to juggle two. Like I wanted to be to the point that both families able to just look at each other and be like, okay, we understand. We got to understand that, she was raised with us or whatever, and, my parents could respect it as well. So, like, it's able to get along, not too much conflict because of me,
Right. But you also would understand, like, now as a mother,
yeah,
that if someone had walked into the hospital and took your child.
But see, it's the difference because it's not the whole family.
Right.
So when you say the whole family, when they say family, it ain't the whole family. It was just a person. This is just about one person.
So that's the one person needs to be held
yes.
accountable.
Yeah, definitely. It's not the whole family.
Because you guys had made these relationships and y'all grown up and had memories. And
exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I get that.
Do you want to see Miss Ann punished for what she did?
I mean, I don't believe in punishments. I mean, whatever they decide to do is what they decide to do. But as far as me, to point the finger and say, "Oh, I want her to go to jail," I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to say that.
Would you testify if when it's time for her to have this hearing, or would you say, if they asked you if you wanted to say something on her behalf, would you say something like you don't want her to go to prison?
I'm not sure about that either. I'm not sure if that's something I would say. I don't even want to go back to court. So I feel like I did enough work for myself, figuring out, finding my own parents. So y'all could get all y'all work together to be able to put her away if y'all want to put her away.
Have you ever asked her why? Just you and her, face to face?
I haven't talked to her yet. After I found out the whole story, I haven't spoke to her.
No communication whatsoever?
None at all. I didn't want any mixed feelings.
Mm-hmm.
So I just kept to myself.
So when you say mixed feelings, like, how do you feel?
Because my main objective was to find out who my parents were. I never thought about the outcome on the other end because I had one desire and I was going right after that one. Mm-hmm. I didn't realize how much it was going to bring and, all this, and knowing that she do have a son that, is biologically hers, and him knowing that I'm his sister, and like everything started popping like, damn, like, oh, I mean, I'm sorry. But, it's just, I didn't look at it to be in all this commotion. I just looked at it one way. Like, I want to know who my parents was. I want to know who my background come from. I want to know if I look like my mom, my dad. That was my main objective.
We're going to take a break and look at traffic, and then we'll come back. We'll have more with Carlina White right here on your Free Money Station, V-103.